you don't have to do as much as you really think you have to do. This process can be much simpler, it can be easier, and there are 3 things that I want to give you today that are going to help you start to accelerate your progress. Hey guys, it's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First. I've helped hundreds of creative entrepreneurs and business owners to take back their free time, generate additional revenue, and celebrate while living that work from anywhere lifestyle through creating online courses and digital education. So I'm super excited that you guys are here. Say it with me. Done is better than perfect. Master one thing at a time. Practice makes better. And this has to work. Right? Let's get it. Oh, great morning, awesome party peeps. It's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First. And today we're talking about how to get ahead of 99% of people before the end of this year. Okay, it is totally possible. We still have a few months left. We are in the middle of September, okay, coming towards the end of September, but there's still time. So you don't have to do as much as you really think you have to do. This process can be much simpler, it can be easier, and there are 3 things that I want to give you today that are going to help you start to accelerate your progress, no matter what it is that you're working on. If you don't know, we talk all things premium online courses, as well as face-to-face courses, luxury mentorship, and coaching brands and programs so that you can take your story, your authority, your unique experiences, and reach people globally to help transform lives. Okay, if you are new here, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like button, bell notifications so you know when more episodes like this drop. If you are returning, what's going on at Jump First family? It's good to see you in the building. All right, let's get into it. I have 2 things that you need to stop doing, okay, and then 1 thing that you should be doing so that you can go ahead and accelerate. What's going on, IG? I see you on as well. It's good to have you in the building. If you're watching this, let me know where you are currently watching from and what time it is, wherever it is that you are in the world. What's going on, Tosh? It's good to see you on. Mentees in the building at Taste of Tea Salon says good morning, UVF. Good morning back to you. I'm excited that you're here. What's going on, Dr. Mikey? I see you on as well. I hope that you're having an awesome start to you all's day. All right, let's get into this. We need to accelerate, okay? Now, you guys know, if you've been watching for a while, that I'm not a fan of competition or the word competition. I just think like there's no competition in the lane that you create for yourself. We've been programmed by society, right, to stay watching what other people are doing, and I'll get to that in a second. But the first thing that I really want to tell you about is that you have to stop trying to be liked by everyone. And I've been talking about this kind of all week, where I've been talking about like the haters and all of those things. Like, stop caring, okay? And I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but when you get into this mindset or this frame of mind where your outcomes, your desires, your goals are the things that are most important in your life, all right, the things that matter most to you right now. And I'm not talking about like aside from like family and things like that, I'm talking about over somebody else's opinion of you, okay? Stop trying to be liked by everyone. Everyone is not going to understand you. Everyone's not going to get it. And you have got to be okay with that, okay? Also, let me reference this. I've been talking about this since I started this business, okay, because it's something that I started to see in my corporate career, something that I started to notice a lot with even my bosses. I would sometimes have bosses and managers who were jealous of my performance, which was hard, okay? That was like really hard for me, and I couldn't figure out why. And I was also this very empathetic, which a lot of high performers, high achievers, we are very empathetic, right, to other people's experiences. And so you won't always be liked. And sometimes, you know, there are instances I can think of, and maybe you can too, where you haven't been liked by people you looked up to, you know, where people that you admired, whether they're currently in your industry or in your space or not. And so I just want to leave you with this really quickly. Something that I noticed is like this cycle. It's very cyclical, okay? So people will go from hate right, to admiration to love. It's very strange, but not so strange. So here's what it looks like. It can start out as something like, who is this person? Like, who does she think she is, right? And then as you start to grow, and know this, when you start winning, like the bigger your wins, the bigger you feel the hate, okay? And so it's, oh, who does she think she is? And then it goes to, how did she do that, right? Or you may hear people like, I've heard this from people like, oh, she slept her way to the top. I've heard this in like companies that were doing multiple $1,000,000 per year when I was in corporate. And I'm like, how is this a thing? And not necessarily about me, right? Maybe they were saying it. I don't know. But there was like this stigma around high achievement, right? It's like, oh, she did this to get there, or she did that to get there. And then you'll get to this point where it's like, well, why is it her, right? Or why is it him? Like, why do they deserve it, right? And that's kind of like the top, if you will, like the pinnacle of this cycle. And then they start coming back down, all right, if you will, like the other side of the circle is, well, I know her, right? Or I know him. I knew them when they were this, or when they were over there, or I heard about when they did this. And then it gets to finally this point, like that full circle moment is, well, how did you do it? How do you do it? So you see, it kind of goes from hate to jealousy to admiration to love. And when people really get to know you, right, they start to love what it is that you're about and who it is that you are. But a lot of people, and I always take this with me, people hate what they don't know. Okay, so if someone doesn't understand something or they don't know something, a lot of times people will hate just what they don't know. And so I need you for the rest of this year to not care so much about who likes you and who doesn't. That will relieve some of the pressure that you feel to show up and be on and be perfect all the time. And, it'll erase some of the judgmental factors, because I feel like as high performers and high achievers, we're really in that space where we're not so much afraid of failure anymore, because we have so much experience under our belts of winning. Like, we know we just win, okay? Like, if we set our minds to do something, we want to go do it, and we resolve that it's going to get done, we know we're going to win, right? But the fear comes in, and we call it fear of failure. We call it fear of success, but it's really just fear of judgment. We're just afraid of what other people are going to say. And if we fail publicly, it's not necessarily the failure that we're afraid of. It's the judgment, right? It's the stigma on the back end. Well, she's used to winning. Like, that's what she gets, right? And there's the haters again. All right. That's what she gets. I knew it wasn't going to work. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Okay. You have to get past what other people think about you. All right. And I didn't intend to spend so much time on point number one, but I think it's very, very important, especially from the perspective of us as high performers. Second thing, so first thing, stop trying to be liked by everyone, okay? Stop caring what other people think about you. Number two, stop watching your competition, all right? Competition, as y'all know. Like, stop watching what other people are doing in your space, in your industry. I'm not talking about from the standpoint of admiration, right? Or trying to figure out a strategy, but I am talking about you got to be able to put your unique spin on things that are working, on things that you're learning that are working. But a lot of times we can spend, and I've been guilty of it too, time watching the competition or people who are in our industries, in our spaces, and what it is that they're doing. And then comes the comparison. Okay. So here's the thing about it. While you're watching those people, they're working. While you are watching them, they are working. Okay. Like, I know it seems obvious, but I just need to put that there because it stung for me when I realized that. I'm like, I'm sitting here spending all my time watching what this other person is doing, and they're putting in the work. They're moving forward. They're growing, okay, towards their goals and whatever it is that they want to accomplish. So while you're watching, they're working. And that brings me to point number 3. You got to put the reps in, okay? So you can't just know what you have to do. You got to do it. Practice makes better. Okay, you have to do it. And done is always better than perfect. So the more that you practice, the more that you do it, the better you get. I did not hop on these lives and I wasn't flowing like this when I first started. Okay, it just wasn't a thing. When I first started teaching university, I felt like I did worse than what the students or what my my board member sat in on the class than what they told me I did. I was like sweating bullets, okay? I mean, sweat pouring. And I often share on all of my socials how I looked when I first started. The first day, my first day as a CEO and owner, like when I jumped and left my 9 to 5, I was shook, okay? I was scared. I was sweating. But I hopped on a video, I hopped on a live, and I started saying, hey, I'm doing this. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm doing this. And I remember, like, I feel like that moment was just yesterday, and it was in 2018, but I felt excited. I felt free, but I was scared, you know? And even to this day, some of my mentors tell me, even when they get on the biggest stages, okay, and they're doing hundreds of $1 million per year, okay, in just one of their businesses, when they get on the bigger stages, the biggest stages, their hands sweat. All right, their palms are still sweaty. They have to do jumping jacks in the back, you know, and they gotta have some music to pump them up, and they're still nervous when they get on the stage. And so all of that to say, like, it doesn't matter what level you get to, there will still be some nerves. There will still be some things that you have to overcome internally, okay, before you hop on the stage. But there's no way around putting the reps in. There's no way around putting the work in. Okay, I remember as a ball player, somebody just asked me the other day, do I still play ball? And I appreciated that. But as a ball player, you know, my jump shot is still there, but it didn't get there by me not putting the reps in. I still had to get on the court, okay, and shoot the ball. And to this day, it doesn't stay because I'm not on the court. I'm on the court, maybe not as much as I used to be, but I'm on that court putting the reps in, right? I'm at the gym every morning about 6 days a week putting the reps in because I have goals that I want to reach, okay? And as I put the reps in, I get better and better. I get stronger and stronger. It's the same with whatever you want to accomplish before the end of this year. It's totally doable, but you have to put the reps in. All right, so I'll recap really quickly those 3 things. 2 things you need to stop. The first is caring about what everyone thinks or trying to be liked by everyone. Like, that is just, okay, it's exhausting. Mentally, emotionally, psychologically, all of those things. Second thing is stop focusing on your competition because while you're watching, they're working. Okay, so put the work in, put the reps in. That's number 3. So the thing that you do, put the reps in, put the work in. There's no way around it. You just got to do it. Okay, you just got to do it. You just got to show up. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. Dr. Mikey is the praise hands emojis. I appreciate that. Blessings to you as well. Maurice Allen Music says, while you're watching them, they are working. I had the same wake up call a few years ago. Yes. Okay, so stop watching. Put the reps in. You got this. Okay, you didn't get where it is that you currently are without having the necessary experience, which has given you the expertise, which has given you the wisdom. And we all know, like, wisdom, the betterment of whatever it is that we're doing, it comes from applied knowledge. So you can't just have the knowledge, okay, and have the experience and never, like, put the reps in, like, put it to good use. You didn't go through everything you've gone through to get to this point and not continue forward. So I just need to drop that here for my high performers, my high achievers. You can do it before the end of this year. I don't care how much time has passed. I don't care how much you've been thinking about it. Okay, this is the time right now. Jump in, put the reps in, do what you got to do. You already know. If you need help packaging your expertise, your knowledge, and you want to create an online course or face-to-face course that reaches people globally, all right, I am here to help you out. Jumpfirstacademy.org is where you want to go to get started. Also, I am teaching a live class tomorrow. It is free, application only though. Okay, I have a few more seats. I have 3 seats left. The reason that I limited the registration for this particular class is because I want to make sure that I am answering all the questions that come up in class and that I have the ability to give undivided attention to each and every person in attendance. Okay, so that's very important to me. I do things a little differently around here because I'm really about you not just taking this knowledge, not just taking, you know, a strategy and not just taking some advice, but I want you to take the action to implement what it is that you are learning. Okay, so that's very important to me. So tomorrow's class is free, but it is application only. You can go to, I'm excited to see you, Dr. Mikey. It's jumpfirstacademy.org/VIP. Okay, jumpfirstacademy.org/VIP. I hope to see more of you all there. Again, there are 3 seats left. They'll probably be full by the end of tonight. That's the hope, at least. So take advantage while you still can. I'm pretty sure we have a few additional applications that came in overnight. So If you're interested in getting in, get in now, okay? jumpfirstacademy.org/VIP. I linked it down below if you're watching this on the Jump First Academy YouTube channel. If you're watching this over on Instagram, I'm not sure if link is in bio or not. That might be a secret link, but you can go ahead and send me a DM and I'll send you the direct link if you need to. Again, it's jumpfirstacademy.org/VIP. I'm super excited to see more of you all moving goals forward and hitting them before the end of this year. Anything is possible. You got to believe that and know that, okay? Anything and everything is possible. Believe. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing Wednesday, and I'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Bye, y'all.